It is past midnight, which means it is officially February 1st, the first day of the Booktube Games Winter 2019. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading The King by Stephen James. I'm doing this for Team Hogwarts. Let's do this. It is now 10:57 a.m. Last night I managed to read 5 chapters and get to page 56 in my book. I am confident that I can finish this pretty quickly. I don't know if I can do it in a day, just because I'm actually working on a photography job right now and the editing is taking up a lot of hours in my days. I'm gonna keep plugging away at that and then I will give you an update tonight. It is 11:54 p.m., so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I decided to use this journal to keep track of my pages read and books read. You're actually about to see why I don't have a bullet journal. I can't draw, so it's not pretty. Go Team Hogwarts. So I have just the dates and days listed like this. Gonna go to February 1st, day 1, and put in my pages. No books read, but I did get a decent amount of pages done. I stopped at chapter 33. So I read 208 pages, 208. There is one other thing I have to do, which is input my pages into the Booktube Games spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm in Hogwarts. I have to try and find my name. There I am right there. There's day 1. So, 208. Enter. All these wonderful people on here are also Team Hogwarts. So shout out to all of you. The Booktube Games Twitter account tweeted about Camp Half-Blood winning because they're actually the team with the least participants, which is insane. But I'm not gonna let it get to me. I actually posted a response and said not for long with a lightning bolt, and hopefully you can see this. It's a GIF of good old Hermione Granger. I also love this response. I don't know if this person is on Team Hogwarts, but I still love this. It says, well, it's not our fault that they don't know that the games are a marathon, not a sprint. I should probably get to reading. I've already wasted 9 minutes of my reading time. So it's starting to rain, and in my book, I'm currently reading from the point of view of the bad guy, criminal, whatever you want to call him, and he is talking about a serial killer who dressed as a clown and went to birthday parties in children's hospitals. The atmosphere in my room right now is so creepy. I just really need to turn on the camera and get away from the page for a second because it is a little after midnight, so I'm calling it a day. Today was not as good as yesterday, but it wasn't terrible. I ended up reading 159 pages. I didn't finish my book. I really wanted to, and I had opportunities to. I don't really have a good excuse, except today was not the best day. Like, it was just one distraction after another. I'm gonna go ahead and enter my pages in for day 2, and then I'm gonna stay up for a little bit and attempt to finish this. It's like 2:30 a.m. I am exhausted from the day I've had, but I wanted to tell you that I did it. I finished The King. I can't tell you much about it because it's part of a series. What I can tell you is that this is a thrilling series for people who love crime. It also sprinkles of political intrigue, a lot of serial killers. Obviously, this is a work of fiction, but the author has taken inspiration from real events and it feels very real. I know it's weird to say, but I actually like it that way because there's no glamorization of the crimes. It kind of keeps you in a realistic headspace about what you're reading. I take it as a learning experience and soak it up like a sponge. I've decided that the second book I'm going to pick up is Opening Moves. This is part of the same series, but it's a prequel. The next book is not the last in the Bowers files, it's just the last book in this particular story arc. All the books deal with one serial killer from Agent Patrick Bowers' past, and the end of the story will obviously bring closure to the interactions between them. The prequel is all about the first case in which Patrick Bowers is involved with serial killer and cannibal Richard Bosk. So I want to read this first, get that background information, and then read the finale. That just seems like the right order to do things. I've already read 5 chapters, made it to page 38. I think I've done my part for the night, trying to make up for not doing fantastically in day 2. Day 3 is already off to a roaring start, although I'm getting to bed way too late, so now I'm probably not going to be up early. I will see you later on today for more reading and the Super Bowl. It is 11:48 a.m. Despite staying up till 2:45ish, I woke up at 9:30. I'm exhausted, but I wanted to get up early, so here we are. I've spent most of the morning reading, and I just passed the 100-page mark in my book. I'm taking a break right now because church is on, so I'm gonna listen to church and work on some editing in Photoshop.
Sin, but it's also a mourning over the sin in the lives of others and the effects of sin.
I'm gonna call it a night because it's almost midnight and I'm falling asleep reading. There's no point in pushing myself because I need to be refreshed to work tomorrow and read. I entered my pages for the day in both my journal and the spreadsheet. As you know, I finished my first book early this morning. I ended up reading 275 pages total. In Opening Moves, I ended on page 163, chapter 27. So I will be continuing tomorrow. I forgot that there are challenges for each week. The group book is only for week 1 and I totally forgot about that. So I got it on Audible for free because I did the 30-day trial. The group book for Hogwarts is Strange the Dreamer, which has been on my TBR anyways. The importance of the group read is that if you finish it by the last day of the week, you earn double the pages towards your team's numbers. I really want to help my team out as much as I can, so I'm definitely going to start that tomorrow, and that will be a good way to read while I'm working in Photoshop. It is 11:03 a.m. I've been up since about 9:45. As you know from last night, I was supposed to work today, but I was just informed that they don't need me today. Obviously, I'm crushed. I have the whole day to edit, and I'm currently listening to Strange the Dreamer. I'm not that far in, but so far it's very intriguing. I'm also working on my other book. I read it while I was eating.
And yanked him out the door. "Wait!" he implored. "Please!"
It is just past midnight, so I'm going to call it a day on day 4. I just entered my page numbers. I ended up reading 204 pages in Opening Moves. I am not including my audiobook at the moment because I haven't figured out how to convert that to page numbers in a fair way. The easy answer is to look at the physical book, which I don't own, but in this case I could just go to Goodreads and look at all the editions. But how do I do that fairly? Because this challenge is for double the page numbers. So I could easily pick the one with the most pages. I'm not really sure how to work around that, so I actually just tweeted out that question. Anyways, even though I'm not including them today, I did make a huge dent. I made it all the way to chapter 24, so I listened to 23 chapters, almost made it to the halfway point. There's 18 hours total, and I have 12 hours and 8 minutes remaining. So far I'm enjoying it. Very interesting, different from the books I usually read, but good different. I really do need to get to bed, but I'm at a very important part in this book, so I think I'm going to read a couple more chapters. I should have definitely gone to bed like an hour ago, but I wanted to pop on here because there's something very interesting about this book and the connection to the author. There is mention of real crimes and criminals, one of which, or I guess two of which, is James and Ted Oswald, a father and son. Basically, Ted was raised by a dad who taught him to kill from an early age by conditioning him in awful ways, like threatening to kill him, going as far as pointing a gun to his head. I guess he never straight out said he would kill him, but he implied that he would hurt him if he didn't do what he wanted him to do. One example is that a teacher of Ted Oswald's gave him an A for, I guess, like one semester, and then the next semester or sometime after that, he got a B. And his father was angry, and I guess he forced him to do something else, saying that if he didn't, he was going to make him build a silencer in front of this teacher and then make him shoot him in the stomach and watch him bleed out and die. This is a true story, and that teacher, who could have potentially been a victim, is the father of author Stephen James. What? I mean, it's interesting, but like, that's scary. That could have been your dad killed by these creeps. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. It is 1 o'clock. I'm actually about to head off to work, but I wanted to give you a quick update. I finished Opening Moves. Absolutely loved it. 5 stars. It was so good. Since I've gained so much momentum with this series, I'm going to go ahead and read Checkmate next. This is it. I've actually been trying to read this entire series since early high school. I kind of hope the series never ends, but obviously all good things must come to an end. Anyways, yeah, I'm reading that, and I'm also still listening to Strange the Dreamer, which you probably can't see. I am on chapter 30 right now. I'm gonna listen to that, and I will check in with you after work. It is many, many, many hours later. In fact, it's not even the same day because it is 2 minutes to 1 a.m. Basically, went to work, got out, was starving. My dad and brother were at a concert, so me and my mom went out to eat. Corner Bakery, delicious. I was hoping to have a mini book haul for you because we went to Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have the 2 books that I was specifically looking for. Listened to Strange the Dreamer while I was in the car this whole time. Got home, still listening to Strange the Dreamer. I decided to sit down, apply myself, and get some major editing done. What I thought was just going to be an hour or 2 turned into 4.5 hours. I haven't really made progress in Checkmate. I'm only on page 29. The progress I made today was mostly in Strange the Dreamer. I am well past the halfway mark. I have 6 hours left. That is out of 18 hours total, so not too shabby. I'm basically 2/3 of the way done. So I don't think my page count for the day is going to be high because I'm not counting the audiobook till I'm done, just because it'll be a lot easier to count the pages. Page count is low right now, but when I finish that audiobook, there's going to be a lot of pages. Could take off my makeup, get ready for bed. I'm not even dressed. Like, I'm still in these clothes. I'll see you later today for more day 6 excitement. Yay! It is 5 minutes past midnight. I just wanted to check in. Today was not a great day. I think some of the only pages I read were early this morning at like midnight. I didn't even do that great in my audiobook. So 53 pages, 16 chapters, and 0 books. I was on the computer all day working on my photographs. I didn't get everything accomplished that I wanted to, but I mean, I just now put down the computer. I just had to stop because I've just been out all day and I've been feeling creatively frustrated because it's been a while since I did photography. I just made some rookie mistakes that I'm having to deal with in Photoshop. It's nothing major necessarily, but it's just taking me way longer than it should to fix these problems, and it's just a lot. Product photography is so finicky and, oh my gosh, so detail oriented. It's insane. I know I didn't film a lot today, but my brother was off of work. That was part of the reason I didn't listen to my audiobook much or read a physical book, because I was editing in his room and we were watching YouTube videos for most of that time, so very distracted all day. But it was nice to be home with him. It is 3:56 p.m. Once again, haven't really vlogged today because I've just been sitting at the computer working and editing, and nothing exciting has happened, so I didn't feel like it was worth it to turn on the camera. The reason why I'm vlogging right now, I did it. I completed challenge 1. I finished Strange the Dreamer. It was so good that I immediately got the sequel on audiobook. I'm gonna sit down, eat, work some more on reading Checkmate, and then get back to working on the computer. I do really want to start my audiobook, but for some reason, I am on a real Cheetah Girls kick right now. It's all I've been thinking about and all I've really wanted to listen to. I do want to focus on Checkmate today because, I don't know, I keep getting distracted by so many other things going on, so I really want to put some focus on that, and I'd really like to make it to the halfway point by the end of the day. It is almost 2:40 a.m. Basically, I sat down to edit for 1 hour and that turned into 2 hours. I shouldn't have even sat down and done it. I mean, it was like 12:40 a.m. I should have gone to bed. Anyways, this is the end of Booktube Games Winter 2019 Week 1. For today, my page count is 669. Keep in mind that that includes the audiobook that I've been reading for the past few days. Plus, I believe in my other book, Checkmate, I read 133 pages. And then, because I completed Challenge 1, I read the group book, Strange the Dreamer. I get double the pages of that book, which is 536 pages. The total is 1,205 pages for the day. At the end of week 1, I have read 1,713 pages and completed 3 books. If you count the doubled pages for the challenge, I've read 2,249 pages. I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've really contributed to Team Hogwarts. Honestly, sometimes I never even finish 3 books in a whole month. So this is an incredible reading week for me. I can't wait to see what week 2 holds, which will be in the next vlog. So I will see you then. Bye!